Hello, my name is Nicholas. I'm with Catalinbread. I'm here to show you our new products for this year. We're going to start out with this here spring reverb. This is our Topanga spring reverb. It's modeled after the outboard units that we're all familiar with, but are heavy and expensive and have to be maintained. We literally just copied the controls that were on that. We have the mix, dwell, tone, and we added an additional volume to just make that an even bigger reverb sort of sound. It's got the drip and all of the goodness that you'd expect out of an outboard spring reverb. The next new one we have here is this Suture Fuzz, which is actually, it's a really hard one to describe with words. It's more of an experience sort of thing. It's the entire idea behind this thing is to just bring out harmonic content of your playing. If you were to roll the density back, it's a relatively clean sound, but it makes the strings feel more excited. This diode's control adds some compression if you're needing to have a little bit more sustain. Just a super fun pedal that you have to experience. It's hard to describe. The next thing I want to talk about is our Echorec pedal. The Echorec, well, it was made famous way back in the day by Pink Floyd. We modeled every characteristic that we could find in the two units that we have at our shop. The technology behind this old thing was a record head that spun around on a drum, and then it had 4 playback heads that you could select, and you could choose whatever heads that you wanted to in any combination that they had, and we put that in this unit too. Next one is relatively new Echo pedal that came out this last summer, and this is modeled after the old EP3 boost, including the preamp, which everybody loves, the preamp of the Bell Epoch, or the EP3, but it has the exact same decay or delay time as the real unit, so about 40 milliseconds to about 800 milliseconds of delay time. Has a record level, which allows you to push the tape harder, gives it a little bit more compression, a little bit of distortion on the echo. It makes it a little bit stronger sounding in comparison to your dry signal. Obviously, a real Echoplex didn't have a modulation control, but we've added that just to make it a little bit more modern type of thing. We're going to move over to our foundation overdrives. Our foundation overdrives have been very popular, especially for people that have to use a clean amp and they can't get away with cranking that thing up. So we developed these two are pedals here. The Dirty Little Secret, modeled after Marshall Super Lead and a Super Bass. There's an internal switch in here that allows you to go from one to the other. It literally switches the gain structure and the tone stack to be exactly what was in those two amps respectively. And then this here is our Formula 5F6. It's modeled after a Fender Tweed Bassman. It's a lot cleaner, bigger, on the edge of breakup sort of sound. Takes fuzz pedals like a champ. And these have been super popular as well. Come check these out at Sam Ash.